Congrats on the lodge, you guys.
Thank you.
You all did an excellent job. My favorite thing about it was that even though there's supernatural or paranormal components, it's really at its core about like what we do to each other and how we lash out at other people. So with that in mind, I wanted to know, what is your brand of horror? Like, do you guys like psychological? Do you like supernatural?
I would say I like supernatural, but psychological messes me up more.
I love watching psychological movies. Not for like, I mean, the effect it has on you is a little bit like, is creepy, but they're really interesting to watch. They're I would say they're enjoyable at times, but you know, when you really think about it, you're like, oh no, I didn't want to know that, or why I don't want to be thinking these thoughts. But they're really interesting.
Yeah. And yourself?
Yeah, I like ones like this, like The Lodge and Hereditary, where it's just a slow burn and it's not, you know, jump scare after jump scare. It's more psychological.
Right.
You're not sure who's the bad guy, and the characters are so dimensional. And
Yeah. Now, with, you know, the darkness of the content, was there any time that, like, you were just, like, so good you scared yourself on set? Or you were scared on set?
She scared me
I'm
one
scared
time.
of myself in general. No, I scared her once.
They wanted the scene where I'm like walking out of the bathroom. She like didn't talk to me for like a long time before that, and I didn't see her makeup or anything.
It's so like, what is
And
our
it-
job?
it-
so
but that was the only time. The rest of the time, I had a lot of fun.
But you guys did have to work in, like, for example, you really do fall through the ice, right? Are those real things?
Those were stunt
Yeah.
people.
So people, so
Yeah.
you didn't have to do that.
Oh, no.
But was it cold for you, or did you have to deal with the real
I was
environment
freezing
of the
a
lodge?
lot, yeah.
It was so cold.
There's
Yeah,
like
it
a
was-
scene in the film where there was like a blizzard and I was crying for real. Like I was very cold.
Yeah, where we lose our jacket, so we literally just had a blanket on.
I mean, and I
Walking on a
don't.
frozen
I think you're always crying for real, but I was crying out of coldness.
Right.
That was
I just
real.
want to go home.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
can't do this anymore. We're done. Now, for you both, I'm sure you are angels in real life, but you are, you know, a little difficult with your stepmother to
Stepmom?
be in the film. Maybe you don't have the best family dynamic. So, is there any time that you guys, you know, pulled a prank or told an outrageous lie in your own childhoods that you could like to, you know, confess?
I can fake cry really well, and so I can trick my dad really easily.
Whoa.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
my
messed up.
mom caught on to it.
Manipulative.
Just a little bit, maybe.
Dark side.
I can't lie. I can't,
You can't?
like, no, I'll just start, like, I'll break down or I'll start laughing.
I have a really hard time lying to my parents. I feel really guilty.
Aw.
Sometimes I'll even like come up to them and tell them, and they're like, "We weren't."
I still tell my mom that I lied to her now at this age. So, but speaking of your parents, Richard, I think that we need to talk about, you know,
Richard's
how,
parenting skills.
yes, how bad of a husband slash father
Dad he is?
do we think he is on a scale of 1 to 10?
0.
He's
He's horrible.
He's a horrible father.
in the movie.
In the movie,
In
of
the
course.
movie, yeah.
He's really
We
good
love
guy in real
Richard
life.
in real life.
Yeah.
Richard, yeah.
But actually, I did want to know about that. Did the directors give you your names post casting, or were they just
No.
magically like that?
Magically.
Magic.
Obviously,
that.
Grace has to be Grace.
I know, we were saying.
Yeah.
Kind of
Unless her
ruins
name
the
is
flow,
Divine
but-
Punishment. It
Yeah.
has to be Grace.
Yeah.
But Mia, Lia, you
Yeah.
know, Aiden, Jaeden,
Yeah.
Richard.
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 No, it was like that.
Really?
Yeah.
So it's just like kismet that you guys were
Chance.
in this film.
It was.
Sometimes I would yell. When I yell for Jaeden, instead of saying Aiden, I'd say Jaeden, but it sounded the same.
Same
They
thing.
just
You
take
could
out
HR
the-
that
like it's
easy.
fine.
Yeah.
On a more serious note, your character of Grace has such an intense backstory, but it's only given to us in snippets,
Yeah.
right, as we go throughout the film. So
Yeah.
did you have to work off of just that in the script, or did you have conversations with the directors?
We had conversations. They had a lot of done a lot of research on this type of thing happening. People, I got to speak to people who went through similar situations in their life, you know, and just looking at what that trauma can do, and you know, really emphasizing with that, honestly. And that was the most interesting part of this. Was like, it's a horror story, but it's also about a woman who's gone through a lot of trauma.
And similarly, how did you approach sort of the mental illness angle? Because I thought it was really interesting how that contributes to the atmosphere of fear, but
Yeah.
it's also like we can't villainize her. You know,
Totally.
she's a survivor.
Yeah, I mean, I have really bad panic attacks and anxiety. So that's something that I didn't need to research. And that was similarly like what she wanted from Grace.
Wonderful.
So I had experience with that.
Now, despite the fact that the family dynamic isn't great on screen, hopefully you got to have some moments off screen. So was there any fun bonding or just fun times on set?
We had a lot of bonding, and
Not really.
they kept her very separate from
I was
us.
bonding with myself on Instagram in my room.
We went ice skating and rock climbing.
Yeah,
and
we had a blast.
we played like games and had
There was
lunch.
in like
with-
an abandoned bar in the hotel that like nobody was at. We just go in there and I'd pretend to bartend, and we'd have
Oh, wow. Like
Yes,
Shirley
we did do
Temple's.
that. I forgot about that.
Well, there was nothing behind the bar. It was just like just water and like pepper and making people drink it.
Concoctions. I love that.
What's next for you guys, as actors? I know that you have Zola, which I cannot wait to see. I imagine it's whiplash going back and forth talking about these two.
Yep. Zola, which we just played at Sundance, which was awesome, and like audiences were really great, and I'm super excited about that. And then I'm just rehearsing for a limited series that I'm about to start.
Oh, wonderful. And yourselves?
I just finished shooting The Eternals, the new Marvel movie. That comes out November 6th.
I haven't heard about that one. What's that about?
10 Eternals.
Just kidding.
Yeah, I just finished a limited series called Defending Jacob for Apple's new streaming service. And then, yeah, I have some indie movies coming out and some projects ahead.
Cool. Well, I cannot wait to see all three of you in your next work. And congrats on the
you.
launch again.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.